as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Atlanta Falcons. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. A nice little juke, and he won't quite make it to the 25. For the first time with Bijan Robinson. And he swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. Brings up 2nd and 9. Now Penix. A complete to Drake London. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage. So timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. Powerful running. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. That's brought in downfield by London. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's good for 28 yards.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up for the 1st and 10.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Bijan Robinson with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Falcons will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Koo to kick off for Atlanta. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll run. This is Jaden Blue. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
You talk about this Falcon defense. They were very good a week ago in the win over Minnesota.
They forced 7 turnovers.
How many?
7. I mean, think about that number now. That's supposed to be a lucky number, right? Lucky for one side, unlucky.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Jalen Walker. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott to throw it. That's into the hands of the rookie from Florida. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a fourth down. Dak and the offense still out there. They are going to go for it. Prescott to throw on fourth. Goes to the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Prescott on play action. Short pass taken in by Schoonmaker. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination. Guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping that one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive. Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Yeah, absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things.
That's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Divine Diablo. And the Falcons are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Robinson with another carry. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 52 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. He's got his man, London, right side. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it's 2nd down. The Falcons are the perfect 5-0 here to begin the campaign. They've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
And he's going to get this all the way down to the Cowboys' 24. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. Well, this is the reigning NFC Offensive Player of the Week. Runs like that might get him another award.
Yeah, Thunderbolt right out of the gate, huh? How about that? Hitting the defense hard early. And, of course, carrying the momentum from last week into this week's game.
And after the good game last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Looking to throw, Penix. receiver complete. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
The 7-yard line.
They'll run with Robinson. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
Here's Penix. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by DeMarvion Overshow. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
At their own 11-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, the whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
The 15-yard line.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Drops it to Blue, complete. And he fights through one man. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Troy Anderson. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 111 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Back to Robinson now on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll throw with Penix. Now he's going to step up and run. Now he's got it. Touchdown. John Mooney, his first touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it's now 14-0.
14. Cowboys nothing. Youngway Koo to kick off for Atlanta.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit. Like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. In motion, the tight end. Now Prescott. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Here's Prescott. To the sideline and incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, there's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. To throw is Prescott. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
He'll complete this one to Okonkwo. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They go right back to him for 20 and a 1st.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Rhodes. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Pass complete. George Pickens with it. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 19. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
It's a gain of 17 yards. 1st down, Cowboys.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Play action now, Prescott. A quick throw there is incomplete.
You tell they wanted to get that ball downfield. They had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
2nd and 10. On play action, Prescott. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. This throw caught right around the 6. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a 1st down.
1st and goal, Dallas.
Blue. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
2nd and goal from the 1. This looks like a free play for Prescott. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes the score Falcons 14, Cowboys 7.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special teams about keeping your head on a swivel, trying to see the whole field. Hard to do when things are going that fast, bodies all over the place. You're just trying to find the right guy to align yourself with. On that play, wow.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
To the air, Bennett. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. On first down, it's Blue. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Prescott. A short throw taken in by Conquo. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Here's a give, left side, Blue with it. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Diamonds on me fight, licking wrist, Icatina. Orange Richard Mille on me dancing just like Bia. Going against Glizzy, wouldn't want to be a.
I'm a lane switcher, shape shifter, go grill, play so I can build.
2nd and 14. Now Prescott. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Prescott. He finds his man. Complete. That's Rhodes. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Aubrey good with a PAT. And the lead is now 21-14. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and a yard.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. Now a 2nd and 2. Penix working out of the gun here. And it's caught inside the 10. He's going to be brought down there in the field of play. And the clock will run, no timeouts. They will not have the chance to bring out the field goal unit. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
They go with Blue between the tackles. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Throwing, Prescott. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
14 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball. They leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. Pickens is there on the crossing route. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Past the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jaden Blue, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
How about the vision on the run here? This one's intended to just be a straight dive up the middle. But once he gets through traffic, he sees that the open space is to the outside, so he's just going to angle himself out wide and win the race to the pylon.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Here we go on the return from the 1-yard line. And that's pretty good coverage by the kick team, as he'll only be able to get this past the 15-yard line and no further. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. A nice play design there with a touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
They did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Again, it's Robinson. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now Penix. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. And looking to throw, Penix. Under pressure, and they got to him again. That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
The passing game's been struggling a bit today, and that was the latest example. Haven't been getting much yardage out of it, and now on his back after the last play, he faces 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
They are going for it. Penix. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Jalen Petrie picks it off. And the Cowboys are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he finds a man in the crossing route. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. They'll run up the middle here with Blue. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. Really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. They did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down. They hand it off. It's Blue. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. Prescott to throw it. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter.
The kick is good.
The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And the lead down to 3 touchdowns at 21.
Brandon Aubrey to kick on for the Cowboys.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Looking to put a drive together. He'll get it to Robinson to begin the drive. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Back now in Atlanta.
At the 35.
A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Here's 2nd and 10. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Back at the 32.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Cowboys are going to have a short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
At the 50-yard line.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now a first carry for their fullback. Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's a good solid game there on 1st down, but the defense has to be happy they didn't let it pop for anything bigger.
From the 46-yard line, a 2nd down and 6. On to give, this is Blue. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Off the play fake, Prescott. An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuck that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
It's caught on the right side by Robinson. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. He'll look to throw. Now Penix going to hold on to it. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll try to throw again. Here's Penix. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they're ruling incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
He was defended by Deron Bland.
Here's Penix. Looking deep here for Mooney. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. Donovan Ezeraku able to record his 5th sack of the season.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Falcons go for it, but it doesn't work out. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. They run with blue. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays. And they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
And he stopped immediately there. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.